You didn't go looking for revenge, did you? No, no. You sat back, quiet, patient, watching. You let them have their fun. You let them lie, betray, tear you apart like you were nothing. You swallowed every insult, every smirk, every moment they thought they were untouchable. And they laughed. Oh, how they laughed. They thought they got away with it, thought the universe had no rules, no consequences. But that's the funny thing about justice. It doesn't need you to go looking for it. No, no, no. Justice is a patient little thing. It waits, it watches, and when the time is right, it finds them. See, people think they can do whatever they want and walk away clean. That's the joke. They lie, they cheat, they stab backs like it's a game. But what they never see coming is the mirror. That moment when everything they did to you comes crawling back. It doesn't knock, doesn't warn, it just arrives. And suddenly, they're the ones looking over their shoulder. They're the ones losing sleep, the ones trapped in a game they can't control. Because justice doesn't play fair. It doesn't care about their excuses, their regrets, their crocodile tears. It only knows one thing: balance. Oh, but they thought you were weak, didn't they? Thought your silence meant surrender. Ha! No, no, no. It meant patience. It meant letting them dig their own grave while you sat back and watched the dirt pile up. They laughed at your pain, ignored your suffering, walked away as if nothing ever happened. But pain is a funny thing. It doesn't just disappear. It doesn't fade. It transfers. You didn't have to lift a finger, didn't have to whisper a threat. The world has a way of making things right, and when it did, oh, that's when the real show began. Because when justice comes knocking, there's no escape, no second chances, no deals. It finds them when they least expect it, when they're comfortable, when they think they've won, and suddenly, the life they built on lies and betrayal starts crumbling. It's poetic, really. The same tricks, the same pain they fed you, now it's their turn to choke on it. They scream, they beg, they reach out for mercy, but mercy doesn't live here anymore. And you? Oh, you're just watching, aren't you? Not smiling, not gloating, just watching. Because you knew all along. You knew that every action has a cost. That you can only push someone so far before the universe pushes back. And the best part, you didn't have to do a damn thing. The storm they sent your way, it found its way home. They wanted a villain? Now they're trapped in their own horror story. And the punchline? The person they feared most was never you. It was justice. And now they finally understand. That fear they once saw in your eyes, it's in theirs now. That uncertainty, that helplessness, that sinking feeling in their guto, it's all theirs to bear. You see, people think justice is some grand, noble thing wrapped in law and order. No, no, no. Justice is raw. It's ruthless. It doesn't care about excuses, doesn't listen to sob stories. It just collects its debt. They called you weak because you didn't fight back, because you didn't scream, didn't curse their name. But the strongest people, they don't need revenge. They don't need to dirty their hands. They just wait. Because sooner or later, every mask slips, every lie unravels, and every betrayal circles back like a boomerang. And when it hits, oh, it's beautiful. It's the silence that follows, the realization in their eyes, the panic, the weight of everything crashing down on them. That's justice. Not a gun, not a knife, not a war, just the consequences they never thought they'd face. Oh, but they'll come crawling back, won't they? When their world starts crumbling, when they have nowhere left to run, suddenly they remember you. Suddenly, the same person they betrayed becomes the only person they wish they never lost. The apologies will spill. The regret will be painted all over their face. They'll swear they've changed, beg for another chance. But you know better now, don't you? Because here's the real secret: justice isn't about what happens to them. It's about what happens to you. You didn't let your pain turn you into them. You didn't let their darkness poison your soul. You didn't need to become a monster to win. You simply let time do what time does best expose. And now you stand there, not as their victim, not as their enemy, but as something far, far worse. A lesson, and nothing is more terrifying than being faced with the consequences of your own actions. Because justice, it has no mercy, and neither do you. Oh, but here's the best part, the part they never saw coming. See, people like that, they always think they're invincible, always think they're the ones in control, that they can lie, cheat, betray, and walk away untouched. But what they never understand is that karma, justice, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't wear a suit. It doesn't announce itself. No. It's quiet, patient. It waits in the shadows, watching, smiling, biding its time. And just when they think they've escaped, when they think they've won, that's when it strikes. Oh, and when it does, it's poetic. It's perfect. It's like a joke with a punchline that hits just right. They lose what they thought they'd keep forever. The power, gone. The respect, turned into whispers behind their back. The people they stepped on, the ones they used, oh, they've all disappeared. And now they're alone with the one thing they feared most: the truth. The truth that they were never as smart as they thought, never as untouchable as they believed. That every cruel word, every dirty trick, every time they laughed at someone else's pain, it was all coming back. Because justice, oh, it has a funny way of making people feel every single thing they've ever done. But here's the real kicker. You don't even care anymore. That's the part that really kills them. They wanted your tears, your anger, your hate. They wanted you to break, to crawl back, to need them. But you walked away. You won because you didn't chase revenge. You let justice do the work for you. And that's a fate worse than any punishment you could have given them. Because now they have to live with it every day, every night. The guilt, the regret, the isolation. And you keep moving forward, stronger, wiser, unshaken. Because the real power is never letting them think they mattered in the first place. And that, my friend, is the joke they'll never laugh at.